Hello students, teachers, parents, history nerds. Hello everybody and welcome to Nutshelled History, where we lay out the facts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We continue with our Modern World History series by looking at victory for the Allies. Don't forget that there's a link for a fill-in-the-blank worksheet in the description. Feel free to use it. I just ask that you like and subscribe. I apologize for any mispronunciations ahead of time. I do my best. Okay, let's roll. In Europe, World War II officially ended on May 8, 1945, or VE Day. The Allies were able to defeat the Axis powers for many reasons. Because of their location, the Axis powers had to fight on several fronts at the same time. Hitler also made some poor military decisions. For example, he underestimated the Soviet Union's ability to fight. The huge productive capacity of the United States was another factor. At the same time, Allied bombing hindered German production and caused oil to become scarce. This nearly grounded the Luftwaffe. Although Germany was defeated, the Allies still had to defeat the Japanese in the Pacific. By May 1942, the Japanese had gained control of the Philippines, killing thousands during the Bataan Death March. However, after the battles of Midway and the Coral Sea, the United States took the offensive. General Douglas MacArthur began an island-hopping campaign to recapture islands from the Japanese. The captured islands served as stepping stones to the next objective, Japan. The Americans gradually moved north and were able to blockade Japan. Bombers pounded Japanese cities and industries. At the same time, the British pushed Japanese forces back into the jungles of Burma and Malaya. In early 1945, bloody battles on Iwo Jima and Okinawa showed that the Japanese would fight to the death rather than surrender. Some young Japanese became kamikaze pilots who flew their planes purposefully into U.S. ships. While Allied military leaders planned to invade, scientists offered another way to end the war. They had conducted research, codenamed the Manhattan Project, that led to the building of an atomic bomb for the United States. The new U.S. President, Harry Truman, decided that dropping the bomb would save American lives. The Allies first issued a warning to the Japanese to surrender or face utter and complete destruction, but the warning was ignored. On August 6, 1945, a U.S. plane dropped an atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima, instantly killing more than 70,000 people. Many more died from radiation sickness. When the Japanese did not surrender, another bomb was dropped on Nagasaki on August 9th. The next day, Japan finally surrendered, ending World War II. While the Allies enjoyed their victory, the huge costs of World War II began to emerge. As many as 50 million people had been killed. The Allies also learned the full extent of the horrors of the Holocaust. War crimes trials, such as the Nuremberg trials in Germany, held leaders accountable for their wartime actions. To ensure tolerance and peace, the Western Allies set up democratic governments in Japan and Germany. In 1945, delegates from 50 nations convened to form the United Nations. Under the UN Charter, each member nation has one vote in the General Assembly. A smaller Security Council has greater power. It has 5 permanent members: the United States, the Soviet Union, today Russia, Britain, France, and China. UN agencies have tackled many world problems, from disease to helping refugees. Okay, now it is time for the recap. On May 8, 1945, or VE Day, the Allies finally threw in the towel on the Axis powers. Thanks to a plethora of factors, including Hitler's knack for spectacularly bad military decisions and the fact that the Axis had to juggle fighting on multiple fronts like a bad circus performer. The United States' production capacity was as massive as its late-night pizza orders. Meanwhile, relentless bombing had German factories running on fumes, literally. But the war wasn't over yet. In the Pacific, after reclaiming islands like a very active game of Monopoly, the U.S. faced the tenacious Japanese, whose kamikaze pilots were the human equivalent of a final boss in a video game. While the Allies planned an invasion, scientists were busy cooking up a boom of a solution with the Manhattan Project, a little atomic bomb that could, quite literally, end the party quickly. After dropping bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan waved the white flag, but the cost of this victory turned out to be staggering, with about 50 million lives lost and countless war crimes emerging from the shadows, leading to trials that made courtroom dramas look tame. As the dust settled, the Allies decided to play nice, creating democratic governments in defeated countries and establishing the United Nations, where everyone gets a vote and no one can ever agree on what to order for lunch. There you have it, folks. That is victory for the Allies nutshelled. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled History. Victory for me would be you smashing those like and subscribe buttons for me. Help me out, ally. See y'all next time on Nutshelled History.